Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Jimmy 1.
And I'm Jimmy 2, and we're the Jimmies.
We are having this beautiful fall day doing a couple things to the ATV. Show them what we're doing today.
Well guys, we are going to be changing the sneakers on this ATV.
Yeah, we want to do this for a while. The tires for these are expensive. They get up there. Yeah. So we were trying to find an economical solution. I searched online for a couple days, found these this whole set for like $250. Got them on Amazon, but they do come from Chaparral Motorsports out of California. You can order direct from them also if you want, but we'll leave links to all this in the description. And with these though, you're gonna need one of these 1-inch spacers for the front, because this front tire is a, what is these, 26 by 9 by 12? The Polaris is 26 by 8 by 12, which if you put the 9 on the front, it'll rub your tie rod. So you're gonna need the spacer. We'll show you where to get those.
So before we get started, we'll zoom on over to all the parts you're gonna need for this. Well, before I show you the parts, guys, if you see like this tire right here, it does not even hold air for a day. It doesn't have a hole in it or anything. It's just leaking out of the actual sidewall. So you can tell this was well due for a new set of tires. For supplies, as Jimmy 1 was saying earlier, you're gonna need your spacer. I gotta show you guys the box a little bit so you can look at this. SW15610W, freedomcountyatv.com. Country. Did I say county?
Or is it county?
It's county. I
county?
didn't see an R in there.
All right, I didn't either.
Then we just have our DeWalt drill. I mean, you could hand do this if you want, but why would you ever do it when you have power tools? What socket do we have here? We have a 9/16 deep well. You're going to need a deep well for these because, you know, spokes.
Well, this is for the actual nuts that are on the tires right now. This is
for the new one?
Those.
Okay, so for the new ones, we have a 17 millimeter. So.
And it's a thin wall, so it fits in this groove here. Is that the one, right? It fits in the groove?
Yeah, I think so. Yep, fits right in there. And then, of course, ATV jack. I mean, I guess you could jack it up other ways, but ATV jack is definitely the safest way to do it. It lifts all 4 tires at the same time. And then I will show you the tires. We have, these are the front ones, AT26 by 912. And
these are directional tires too, so make sure you pay attention to that. You can see the points will point forward. Plus it says it on the side.
Makes it pretty straightforward. Then the rear tires, let me try to turn this bugger. Here we go. AT26 by 11 by 12s. And again, pointed.
Directional, yeah, rotation. You'll see it on the side of the tire. It says rotation, it has a little arrow. Tells you which way to make sure it's pointing.
Awesome. And then the last tool that we're going to use for this, because we need to get the tire off the rims and onto the new ones, we're going to try to use our tire, what would you call this?
It's a tire changer from Harbor Freight, just a cheap one.
Yeah, so hopefully it works. We haven't done it on a tire this small, but I mean, I have faith it'll work. So
if not, it's the 2 pry bar method.
And that's never fun. Cool. So we're gonna have the little brother take these tires off, you know, include him, and then put that in the nut cup. Seriously, if you guys don't have one of these, they're really cool. Magnetic, sticks right onto what you want, holds all your bolts, nuts, hardware. Set it right to the side.
One down.
To the next one, little man. Come on, this is NASCAR, buddy. They would have already been done with all 4 tires. There we go, beautiful. All right, next step is to get these valve stems out.
Or also known as Schrader valves.
Hey,
so we'll just pull these off. Don't lose your caps. That's it, go around and do all those.
Make sure you put your hands a little bit farther up to grab the piece. Oh, nice watch there, Jimmy 1.
Thank you very much.
And the 4th and final tire. You're doing a great job there, buddy.
Some tire slime in there.
Some slimers, eh?
All right, guys, we're gonna get these broke down. If you haven't used one of these before, let me tell you, it's worth the extra money and hassle. The pry bar method is a pain in the butt. But you just set this under here. We're gonna break the bead. Get the bar in here. Make sure you're just on the edge. Press down slow. There you go. That one bead's broke. We'll flip it over.
I got it.
Same thing on the other side.
Whoop,
You want to make sure this is as close to the bead as you can get it.
Oh, almost.
It's close.
All right, so now that we got both sides completely loose, as you see, we just set it right on top of here. Let me get all the components wherever they disappeared to. Oh, he's got them. Hey there, pal. Oh, thank you and thank you. So these are the two parts you're gonna use. We got a little bit of carpet, cut a little slit in there that goes over this. This is just to protect your rim. So when this goes down, it doesn't hit your rim and scratch it. Goes right on. And then we get that red. Yeah,
You can use the red one that comes with this. We just use this one. Make sure it's tight, like that. Now you're just going to use the red bar. You stick it onto the first lip, and then you'll have your partner help you roll it around. And then same for the inside one.
Very good, I think.
There we go. Scrap
And
pile
voila.
goes.
Tire off. Okay, so after he's got the rim all cleaned up, we're gonna use some Glide. I'll show you guys what this is here in a second. Tire mounting and rubber lubricant. It just helps get the rim over the tire, or a tire over the rim.
You can use soapy water if you don't have this stuff. We do this a lot, so it's here. After you got it all slickened up with that, you can pretty much push it on the first roll, or the first bead right there. Next, on this particular machine, it doesn't have the thing that feeds the top rim, so you're gonna need somebody to help you.
Yeah, and well, if this doesn't get on good, we have the one tool.
You push on as much as you can, or as far as you can by hand.
Our pallet's a little bit.
Then you'll use, well, we have this, you can use a pry bar or anything. Just get up underneath there.
It's got a little hook on the tip of it. You can show you in a second, but you're basically just grabbing on the, grabbing on.
Frame.
What?
He wasn't in frame. Yeah, you have to be right.
It has this little tip. You just put that over the rim and then it helps hold it on the rim.
And there we go.
Boom, on. Now, one problem you might come across when you're doing these new tires is the bead inside is like squeezed. So you got such a gap here that you're gonna try to fill it with air. It ain't gonna come together at all. So we'll try to do it, but
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do. So this Glide, we're just gonna wipe that off, make sure it's all cleaned, and then we can grab the what do we got here? Bam! Tire bead sealer, the old trustworthy bead sealer. Yep, loosen that up.
I mean, these are tubeless tires. You don't need that possibly, but we put it on just as an added measure.
Want me to put this on here now?
Yeah, you could do the one side, then we'll flip it over.
All right, guys, so normally if you're doing this and the gap wasn't so big, you would just attach your air filler,
Yeah, your air nozzle, put it on there.
So you would like push down or push up to try to make this start to seal, and then the air would finish it. But as we were saying with this one, if you see the gap here, let me take it off. The gap here is so huge, like if I push it forward,
You can see that gap.
it's just ginormous, so we can't put air in there fast enough to make it seal. So we're gonna have to go to
Resort to Unsafe Methods.
Yeah, the Unsafe Method. So we'll put a little clip on Facebook and Instagram. You guys can check it out if you want to see it. We're not going to put it on YouTube for safety reasons. We don't want anybody trying it and getting hurt. If you're not a do-it-yourselfer, you could just take this right to your local repair shop, tire place, and they can fill it up with air, no problem.
Okay.
So we got all the tires, all on the rims. It took us, I'd say, what, about 7 minutes a tire? Like
Yeah,
it was
bad.
pretty quick. 7, 14, 20, let's say 30 minutes
That's
to
why I
change all.
recommend that tire changer.
Tire changer makes it faster, and even
Not
ours
that
isn't on a
expensive.
good pallet, and it's a little bit busted. So the little brother's just putting the tire back on right now. As we said, the fronts are going to need the spacers, so the rear should just be easily line up, tighten them. Do you know the foot-pounds for that,
I
or
don't.
you just kind of?
I think like 2 or 3 Ugga Duggas. Let's see, that was a couple Ugga Duggas.
Yeah. So we just put it up here to show you guys with the fronts 9 without the spacer that it will touch. So let me try to get in there. There we
See,
go.
it's like touching the sidewall there pretty much.
Yeah, so that's why it's important to have that spacer. You don't want that to happen. You'll kill your tire.
All right, now we're going to put these spacers on. As you can see on these spacers, there's 4 holes that are tapered in, recessed in here, and they're tapered. They're going to go on your studs here, like so. Make sure they all line up. Like that. And these nuts that came with it, they're going to go in those holes because they're the ones that are going to help center the spacer on your hub.
Because right now it will wiggle a little bit
Yeah, so you can
on
see
it.
the wiggle. So these being tapered like that will help center that on there. This is where you're going to need that that skinny, thin-walled deep wall socket.
Okay, so he's got the socket on there now. He's just doing them hand tight right now to make sure everything's lined up. And once it is, we can give him the old drill.
There ain't many threads in here. That was one of the other things people were saying too. You might need the longer studs. We don't have, there's not much hanging through here. Let me pull that back off. And you can see there ain't much in there. So these ones probably aren't going to work all. I'm going to have to change them. But for the sake of getting this done today, we'll do it. But I'll purchase the longer ones. We'll leave a link in the description for the longer ones. Some people need it, some people don't.
Depends on your stud size.
We definitely need to get the longer ones. So
Baby stud.
it's on there, but that'll probably break pretty easy because the studs are so short. But it's there for now. We're not jumping it or anything.
Or are we? And I'm putting on the other socket for the lug nuts while he's setting that up. If I can do it left-handed. Yes, I can. And then on to the next side. So there we go, guys, with the spacer on. You can see a little gap in there, and then from the front, from a side angle here, you can see it sticks out from the back, probably about 1.5 inches, I'd say. How about you, Jimmy? 1.5 inches?
I'd probably say an inch because it's an inch spacer, so bring it out an inch more.
Oh. This.
Tire's a little wider, but
Yep. So lower it up. Make sure we're clear. I'll lift you up so you can pull that out in a second. Sir, would you like to hold this for me?
I got it, buddy.
Oh, geez, you got it. Muscles over here.
I ate breakfast this morning. All right, guys, we are on the final stages of putting in the longer bolts for the spacers. So he's putting in the last one right now. We're going to put that in, put it on there. And these are just long enough to clear because they stick out a little to clear the rim. That's that. Now we'll just pop the hub out, or pop the hub back on. We did have to take them off because we couldn't fit them behind with the rotor on there because it was too long to fit in behind. So we had to take the hubs off. Just a small little thing. Didn't take much extra time. But all right, let's run over there and get it back on. All right, we got the rotor back on the hub. We're just going to snap this back on here. Make sure it lines up. Good time to check out your spindle and everything. Make sure it's good. Put the washer back on, your nut. Remember, you don't tighten down this nut. You just get it snug and line up the hole on the spindle for the, see the hole there? We're going to give that like a partial turn just to line that up. Like that, that's it. You don't tighten that down because it'll just wear your bearings out. So let's get our cotter pin in there. Like so. Then we'll bend the tab over. There we go. Pop the boot back on. Put the tires back on. Like we said, right here, you can see where these are a little, they look like they're going to stick out, but they do clear when you put the wheel on, so you'll be good to go. I'll leave a link for what size spacers these were in the description in case you guys are looking to do the same thing. So let's get the tires back on. We're all set. Well, there you have it, guys. Another fall project done on the ATV because we do plow with this. So
We'll definitely have to change those,
those
studs.
on the spacers.
Yeah, just so we don't have any issues. But for right now, for the sake of moving it around here and there until we get the new ones.
I'll order those up tonight. We'll get them on there. But that's it, guys.
Any links for anything that we used, we'll put as much as we can in there.
Any questions?
Yep, drop them in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. We appreciate the support from you guys. And
until next time, try something new.
Do a little bit of everything.